I'm filming you first.
We might die.
Okay. Okay, so we are going, the two of us, Chelsea and I, to her. Please don't. I don't want to die today. Joel Janzen's house. JJ. I'm supposed to meet him for the first time because this is her essay, who I am now being introduced to because he's now going to be my mentor teacher, and I'm finding it wildly awkward.
And I'm finding it totally normal. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Maybe you should.
It's actually not totally normal, but we are having Mexican, which is great. So great. We love Mexican. Oh, we're gonna. First, we drove. Then, we found some nuts. The nuts! Woo! What if we actually did scratch right there?
Then you'd be on film. And then they would use this as
Oops, I'm not even filming. The ceiling! Well, anyway, so we're having Mexican, and his adorable children will be there. So there's Jaren, who's the young boy, he's 8 or something, and Donna, who is 11, and she's just great. She wears the same shoe size as me, and we find that just so exciting.
very exciting.
Yes. And his wife, Susan. She's great and quirky and just wonderful. I then proceeded to tell a wildly inappropriate story about the dream that I experienced this weekend, which I'm sure you will both appreciate and be disgusted by. So against my will, I had this mildly inappropriate dream about this mildly attractive student of mine. Marissa's just gonna call the authorities on me because she's convinced that I'm actually going to have sex with one of my students, which is untrue. It's untrue, everyone. I would never do that. But in my dream, it was, anyways, so then today, when he came to class, he walked in the door and I was like, he's here. Okay, let's go put some papers down, do purposeful things to stay in this area of the classroom, and then, as he always does, he comes over and he's like, yo, Miss Fouts, and goes to give me high five things, and I was like, no, you're touching me, just like in the dream, but not like in the dream. And it was just the most awkward. I was writing to Julie and I was like, this is the worst moment of my life. This is the worst moment of my life. I am freaking out because there is a high schooler in my classroom that I had a bad dream about. I couldn't control it. I wasn't like, God, please help me dream of this student who's not actually my student. I do not grade his papers in case anyone thinks that, I might be giving him an A. He's not even getting an A. But it was terrible. And so I can never see him again. Then we debriefed the eventful meal. So, first off, I complimented my teacher's excellent water pouring, is that a carafe?
Yeah,
and then he was like, it's a great pourer, and then proceeded to pour water all over Chantelle's plate and food.
and it was really soggy afterwards. I was trying to mop it off my plate.
And then we were laughing, but he just didn't really, he was just like, oh yeah, great pourer. It's a great pour. We're like, you just poured all over. But it's just so funny.
It was great.
It was really good. And, he did his appropriate disjointed storytelling.
Yeah,
That was fun. How did you feel? Ooh, viral.
I felt entertained.
Yeah.
Definitely entertained.
Your meetings might be a bit interesting. Taking notes when speaking to him about anything is impossible. You just have a piece of paper that you just write all over.
Just write random words and then organize them later. Excellent.
Yeah. So it's not he's not a list maker, which I
am.
deeply am.
They are
So
a passion of mine. I might call it that.
A passion. Yeah. I will put watch America's Next Top Model on my to-do list so that I can cross it off.
That is fun. Crossing things off. Or
Planning to procrastinate. I do that so that I can cross it off.
Yeah, it's true.
I know I'm going to do it anyway, so
I'm going to schedule it in. Yeah, this
then
is when
I
I'm going
feel
to...
less. Yeah.
That concludes our coverage of Chantelle and Chelsea's drive to and from White Rock. There was a lot of other conversation that happened that either didn't get captured on camera or it did, and I just kind of took it out because it was embarrassing or I looked really fat. My side profile is just not really attractive, and in the car I must always be going like this because I was like Jabba the Hutt in all of those videos, but it's okay, I'm over it. Anyway, so I'll leave you with one final tidbit of great, stimulating conversation.
They're the only reason.
The only reason. Had nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want to flash my teacher or his child my like leopard spotted underpants or something. I don't know if they're leopard spotted. That might be. I don't know.
They might be though. There's no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing.
With that